All right, let's take a look at our place value chart and consider how the metric system works with our base 10 system in the same way. The metric system is a base 10, meaning we can find out, we can do conversions, I should say, by dividing by 10, multiplying by 10, or powers of 10, generally. So the ones we study are, our base one is the meters, which of course is just an M, and we have centimeters, which the abbreviation is cm. Whoa, hello. Did I do that bad of a C? I don't think so. And finally, we have millimeters with the abbreviation mm. Okay, so what you want to think about is really our meters are our ones. That is our whole. You can compare a meter to a dollar to make you understand it a little better. And there is a measurement for tenths, but we do not use those, and we don't study them at least. Decimeters you would if in a different country. We will not talk about those. And then 1/100th is going to be our centimeters, and our millimeters are like 1,000. So you want to look at it that way, because essentially, again, they go times 10, but as you see, we don't do the decimeters, so we start off with times 100 here for centimeters. And this should just remind yourself, cent, as in 100 cents, is a dollar. Well, 100 centimeters is going to be 1 meter. That should make sense to you. A century is 100 years. And then we have a millennium, which is 1,000. Milli is going to mean 1,000. So millimeters, it would take 1,000 millimeters to give you 1 meter. You also want to think about these as their exponents. So centimeters can be found by doing 10 squared, and millimeters by 10 to the third power. So let's just do a quick example here of if we had to convert, let's just do a real simple one. 3 meters equals how many centimeters? Okay, so if we had 3 meters, as you see, we need to multiply it. I did that again, sorry about this. The first thing you want to decide, are you going to think logically, is your number going to be larger if you take your big meters and convert them into tiny little centimeters that take 100 each for each meter? Yeah, right? You're going to get a lot more. So it gets a little confusing because we're going to a smaller measurement, but that smaller measurement we need to multiply to get. So we're going to multiply when we're going from a large unit to the small unit. And in the reverse, I could show an example as well. This again is centimeters. Okay, if I was going to take, let's just say, 200 centimeters and ask, well, how many meters is that? Well, if I have a lot of little pieces, and I know when I make it into the bigger unit, it's going to be a smaller number. So it's like saying I have 200 pennies equals $2. It's only 2, so it's much, much smaller. So when we're going from the smaller unit of measurement to the larger, we're going to be dividing. So we go back up here now and look at the place value chart with 3 meters. We're going to move it 2 place values smaller, and it will end up in 1 times 10 times 10, and it ends up in here. That's one way to look at it. So we would want to consider this 300ths. So when we're doing it with the place value chart, you want to just really start working on it with the idea of the decimal. So let me make that a little more clear. So we have the 3 meters, so I just have the number 3 here. So imagine 3, of course, is 3.0, if you will. And we're going to make it 2 place values smaller, so 1, 2, which brings us to 300 centimeters. Okay, and if we do it the opposite way, we can see with the 200 centimeters, 200, let me just rewrite the number 200, And we're essentially dividing, and let me make sure we see this, divided by 10 squared. 10 to the second power, right? That's the same as dividing by 100. Well, then we would move our decimal, which would be right here, which of course we know a decimal doesn't move. The illusion is we're moving the decimal, we're really moving the place values down to place values. So we would do that by going this way with the decimal, 1, 2, and we end up at 2 meters. So, all right, so we see 3 meters is 300 centimeters. 200 centimeters is 2 meters. Okay, that's just a real quick look at how the metric system works in the same powers of 10 as our place value chart. And we'll do another one of these and give us some more difficult problems. All right.